All right, welcome to all the people who are joining again. Welcome to Maximize Your Research, your maritime research with ROVs. We have here James Nixon from Blue Eye. He is our expert on ROVs. And we have also here Michael Henrik from Robot Lab. So Mike, you want to start?
Absolutely. Thanks for the intro, Maria. Thanks for joining, everybody. We're excited to launch the webinar today, partnership with Blue Eye, and showcase some of their services and solutions that they provide, as well as talk about some of the fun and exciting projects they've done over the summer. I'll share my screen here and go through a quick slide deck just to give you a background on the agenda today, and we'll go from there. Okay, so let's go ahead and start from the beginning. So today we've got Beneath the Blue, ROV edition. Our agenda for today is talk about Robot Lab, kind of what we do, the solutions we offer. We'll talk about Blue Eye's background and their solutions, talk about their top ROVs that they're using in their underwater research and projects. They'll be able to talk about their summer intern projects as well for this summer, and then we'll do a Q&A for any questions you guys might have, and then we'll wrap it up from there. So as far as Robot Lab, in a nutshell, I'm Michael, so I handle all of the higher ed accounts that we have here at Robot Lab, so everything from colleges and universities, nonprofits like museums, that's my wheelhouse. So a lot of our services and solutions are geared towards research and development on the higher education side, which is where we align kind of seamlessly with Blue Eye's drones for underwater R&D projects. But Robot Lab's history is we've actually been in business for almost 13 years now as a leader in integrated robotics. So essentially what that means is we don't make any of the products, any of the robots. What we do is we strategically partner with what we like to call the best of breed solutions. So in every single discipline, as far as talking about educational side, every discipline of STEM, we like to partner and isolate the best partner that not only has the best product, but also the most impactful, that's ready to use, and also has great support to back it up with. So for us, those things are very important, and Blue Eye checked off all the boxes when we were doing our search for a great underwater partner in ROV. So, but with Robot Lab, we've got 3 offices, one in California where I'm actually in right now, in the San Francisco Bay Area. We just recently opened up a new headquarters in Texas, in Dallas, and then we've also have another office in Bogota, Colombia, where Maria is actually calling in from. So 32,000 worldwide customers. So we're not just domestic, we're international, and our flagship product is our AI labs. So we have state-of-the-art STEM labs that we, essentially how the process works is a school will reach out to us, whether it's a K through 12 school or a higher ed establishment. They'll let us know they have a usable space or they have a space coming up. We go through a consultation. They tell us the types of programs they're going to be covering. And from there, we realize it into an immersive learning environment, depending on the size and classroom size. But for example, a typical classroom would be about 30 students, covering 4 to 5 different STEM disciplines in the classroom. So different topics where kids can group up together, or students can group up together and collaborate over different workstations. 4 to 5 different workstations covering things like Industry 4.0, where they're working together with robotic arms and conveyor belts and simulating that Industry 4.0 experience, to teleoperating, similar to robotic arms, but learning how to operate robotic arms in conditions that aren't really meant for humans to be in. On top of that, we have autonomous driving, smart city concepts, so learning about obstacle avoidance and things like that, all the way to underwater research. So you know, with ROVs, it's typically done off-site, but supporting those programs regardless is what we do best, to put it all together into a turnkey solution that basically, you know, is much more impactful for the students' career in school and outside of school once they can actually apply what they learned into their fields. And yeah, our tagline is committed to revolutionizing lives and industries through technology. So technology for us is robots. It's what we love to do. Our team, just a glimpse into our team here. Myself and Maria are leading the webinar today with James. On the right, we've got some more of our team members. And then quick bio for Blue Eye. They're actually a spin-off company from the Center for Autonomous Marine Operations and Systems at NTNU, founded by Eric Durkerin in 2015. And essentially, they're a passionate team of experts in software, underwater robotics, marketing, business development, and everything that all of the solutions that they offer are all supported fully by them. Everything done in Norway, so they're fully backing their services and offerings. And got the Blue Eye team. Our special guest today, James, with colleagues on the right. And yeah, I think from here, we'll pass it on over to James.
Cool. Michael, if you'll just let me share my screen.
Absolutely.
In the words of all business today, I assume you can see my screen. So we're
Yes.
Blue Eye Robotics. I am American by birth, but I live and work in Trondheim, Norway, which is where we are headquartered and manufactured. We believe that we are your eyes below the surface. We want to make it easy to see below the surface. As he said, we're a spinoff from Amos at NTNU, which is Norway's technology university. We're 18 to 20 people at any given time, speaking 8 or 10 languages. We believe that the challenge we solve is providing low friction access to see what's below the surface, because if it's easy, you'll use it. If it's difficult, you won't. We have experience in a host of different industries: aquaculture, research, shipping, defense, tourism, inspection services. Really anybody with something underwater that they need to see, assess, or data they need to collect, be it environmental data or actually physically taking samples. In terms of the ROV market, we are not a hobby drone. We are not something you can buy on Amazon, nor are we a working class ROV. We fit into that middle category, sort of one-man portable, less than 10 kilos in air. The products in the systems are models, accessories, and software. Here's a snap of some folks using it in an Arctic environment. In terms of operating range, the ROV can operate from the Arctic all the way into the Caribbean. We have customers in now 56 countries. I need to update that. So, you know, if there's an environment on the planet Earth that is wet enough, we can certainly drive a Blue Eye in it. In terms of its design, you can see there, one person portable, one person deployable, very extremely easy to use. We, again, believe that if it's easy to use, you'll use it. We offer 3 models. Blue Eye Pioneers are introductory, and then followed by the Blue Eye Pro, the big difference being a tiltable camera. The Blue Eye X3, built on the same chassis, but allows for the adaptation of external accessories. We'll get into that in just a moment. This kind of compares the models so that you can sort of see where they fit with each other. All Blue Eye ROVs operate under the same principles. There is an ROV in the water connected by a tether to a surface unit. That surface unit provides a wireless signal to a control device. It could be a cell phone with a gaming controller. It could be our rugged controller. It could be a new Mac that's capable of downloading the control app. Our control apps are available on Google Play or in the Apple Store. You can download them right now. They're all powered by one of 2 batteries. This is the Blue Eye Smart Battery, less than 100 watt hours. You can fly with it on a commercial plane. I fly with my kit quite frequently. makes it very easy to use and very safe for travel. We also offer a high capacity battery, so about double the capacity, about double the operation time. This one's a little harder to move because it is so large. This is an internal view of what the ROV looks like inside. It is mechanically stable in water. We have ballast in the bottom and we have buoyancy up top. For however long you think humans have existed, their eyes have been on top and their eyes have been facing forward. That's how your brain sees the world. And we believe that's how you should see the footage. Very stable, very good footage because of the mechanical stability. This group will understand the equations there. And again, we have a 4 thruster design. So we have 1 thruster in the center that takes us up and down in the water column. We have 1 center thruster that takes us side to side. And then we have 2 push-pull thrusters that do the steering. All of the controls are easily accessible with the little hamburger menu that you see there. We also have some auto depth and auto heading functions. Auto depth utilizing the depth sensor, which is just a pressure sensor, and then auto heading, which is using IMU data and basically compass headings. All the software that controls the ROV and all of the data that comes from it is developed by us and our team. That goes from the control app to the observer app, which allows another person to view the data stream without actually driving the ROV, all the way to the Linux backbone of our operating system. We have a software development kit for those of you that want to expand upon the possibilities. And then also a file transfer app that makes post-processing and moving these kind of files around a lot easier. Here it says we live stream in Teams. That's true, but it could be a host of other things too. Google Meets, Zoom, Skype. You kind of pick the platform. If you have 4G access, 5G, Wi-Fi, ship communication, we can stream this footage live with less than 1 second lag to anyone. So you can have an operator in the field assessing condition, assessing various parameters of environmental data, and stream that information live back to someone on shore who can make a decision about what the next move might be. You can connect this to a bigger screen, a smaller screen. You can send it kind of anywhere you want to view the footage. And then afterwards, we think that you should be able to easily export and share your dive log and reports. So you're not generally diving just to go have fun. While it is a very enjoyable experience and fun to look at undersea things, you're really there for data. It could be environmental data. It could be visual data, condition data. Any number of data points that you hope to collect are easily accessible, exportable, and expandable inside of the Blue Eye reporting software. In addition, utilizing just visual data from the ROV, we're able to create really great 3D photogrammetry projects and models. You can check out our website and see some of the projects that we've done, and that's just using some third-party, over the counter available software. X3 allows for the adaptation of external equipment, from sonars to positioning to various sensors and grippers. We really have opened up the whole world of micro ROV accessories to be integrated into our platform. We do that with the X3 guest ports. They're very generic protocols that allow for, we say, future-proofing your investment. So if next year a smaller, more powerful unit comes on board, you're not pigeonholed into one type. We can certainly expand upon the future of micro ROV technology. The Blue Eye Smart Connector allows for a true plug-and-play interface, particularly useful for people who may not be ROV experts. Most people. You plug in the accessory into the X3, the information is in the smart plug, the control, the app, everything is automatically updated so that way you can spend your time collecting data, not setting up an ROV. We offer grippers, which are obviously vary in quality and build and use case, multiple end effectors for collecting samples. We offer extra lights and extra cameras. We offer all kinds of sonars, from simple pinging sonars that give you relative position information to very complex multi-beam sonars. This is, one of the integrations that we put together is the Oculus series. In our ROV, because it's mechanically stable, it doesn't tilt. So we had to figure out a way to make that sonar more useful. give it a wider range of a wider range. So we integrated a skid system with a servo. So we can now scan down to the sea floor 30 degrees. We can scan up from where the ROV is, and we can find submerged threats as well as things that are on the bottom. Utilizing a DVL, we can really enable a lot of very useful features with software and programming. So we think about the intended use of station keeping and position hold, and also auto altitude. So we have automatic depth, but that's nothing relative to the bottom. So utilizing the DVL, we get auto altitude, we get station keeping, and then we get a host of other activities that are, again, very useful. So we think about plotting the course of the ROV. We think about dropping pins in places that are of particular interest. And then we look forward to new updates, which will allow us to go to a point of interest and perhaps some more semi-autonomous action, some mission planning things. Inevitably, things will go wrong and or you'll have questions. We believe that our support and maintenance team is the best in the business. Everyone's going to say that, but we have empirical data to prove that. We answer all questions in a very timely manner. Our team inside that works on your ROV and your problem with your ROV, in likelihood, is probably the same person who helped develop that portion of the ROV. Our team is extremely dedicated and extremely invested in what we do. We are partially employee owned, so we are literally invested in our project. The Blue Eye Tech team can help you with any technical problems. This is the group. There are doctors, there are cybernetics experts, there are electronics engineers, a whole group of people ready and willing to help you get the project done. The Help Center is particularly useful. Take a look at our website. You will see a Help Center, and I hope you use it. There's really nothing else that we can say other than let's let another professor speak.
Hello from sunny Tromsø in northern Norway. My name's Emily Venables. I'm a technician at the University of Tromsø. I work within the Arctic Marine Biology department there, but my role is as an engineer rather than a researcher, and I look after all the marine robotics that we are implementing within the department. As a university, a massive benefit to the students that are studying marine biology is to be able to get a first eye view of what they're studying underwater. So without becoming a scuba diver, Blue Eyes make them able to see the organisms that they're studying and get a really good view of what they're looking at underwater. In the past, they've only been able to look at videos, you know, what's been trawled up, samples that they can count. But now they can come down to the beach, they can come on a cruise, and they can have a live.
That's a little bit of a testimonial from one of our users at the University in Tromsø. We do believe in future development. So we've integrated a lot of things, and we hope to integrate a lot more. And part of that is every summer we have a group of interns that comes to the Blue Eye headquarters. It's a group of interns that vary in skill set based on whatever the task is at hand. This year it was the integration of the Aquatrol environmental sensor. And so I'm going to play a short video clip for everybody, and it'll introduce the interns and introduce the Aquatrol, which I think is of particular interest to this group as well. So I'll go ahead and share that.
Introducing the Aquatrol 500 by In-Situ, the ultimate multi-parameter probe designed to provide you with a whole new level of versatility and real-time insights of the underwater environment. Let's dive into the world of Aquatrol and see how it can revolutionize your underwater research with your Blue Eye X3 ROV. The Aquatrol can be equipped with 4 interchangeable sensors, making it a fully customizable device to suit your specific needs. The sensors can measure water parameters such as salinity, oxygen level, pH, and more. It can be used in, among others, underwater research, hydrological studies, water spot sampling, and aquaculture. With live readings of multiple parameters at your fingertips, you'll never miss a beat in understanding your aquatic environment. With our user-friendly Blue Eye app, accessing the data has never been easier. The app displays the dive log, presenting insightful plots of all the parameters. Once the Aquatrol is connected to one of the 3 guest ports in the ROV, you'll find a dedicated Aquatrol page in the app's dive settings menu. Each sensor has its own page with serial numbers, sensor IDs, and calibration status if needed. You can select the parameters you want to see in the dive view, see live readings of all the parameters, and change units. The Aquatrol can be combined with a gripper and a DVL on the Blue Eye X3, allowing you to link the parameter readings to the precise position of the drone during the dive. The parameter readings can be exported as a CSV file. Utilize the CSV file to effortlessly visualize parameter values on a map in both 2D and 3D views using the free graphical information system QGIS. Once you've synced the log files after you dive, the Blue Eye app allows you to explore the dive details. View plots of all recorded parameters and tap on a plot to dive deeper into the data with pan and zoom functionalities. With the Aquatrol 500, the underwater world is yours to discover like never before. Experience the power of real-time data, versatility, and precision. Learn more at blueeyerobotics.com.
That was awesome, James.
That gives you an insight into not only our team, but the quality of construction and also the thoughtful design that we place on everything that we do. If you have questions, you can always get in touch with us. I also encourage everybody, do yourself a favor. If you're interested at all in underwater world, then you should be following us. You should take a look at us on Instagram. You'll get to know us. You'll get to see what we're doing. We're very active on social media. We're a young company. I'm like the oldest guy there, and I'm not even that old. So take an interest in what we're doing. We sure are interested in what you're doing.
We do have questions, James, and one of the questions is from Tom. He is asking how much current can the ROV handle?
Yeah, so dead ahead, the ROV is capable of doing 3 knots. You as a human being cannot keep the ROV steady in a 3-knot current because of hydrodynamics. Utilizing the DVL and dynamic positioning, you can stand still in a 2.5-knot current. You as an operator, just using your thumbs, if you want to do a ship hull inspection, we say upwards of 1.5 knots. If you're going to do like a point inspection, you're going to run down and take a look at the inlet of a pipe. In that case, maybe a 2-knot current is doable.
Okay, I have another question.
Sure.
This is from Paul. How strong is the tether? Is that how you said it? Is it tether?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so the tether is wrapped in a very advanced Italian fabric, not unlike Kevlar. And so the tether has a breaking strength of 100 kilos, so about 220 pounds. So to put that in perspective, you can tie a loop around a step and stand in it, which I've done. So launch and recovery, always easily doable utilizing just the tether. You don't need another launch and recovery device. We lower it with the tether and raise it with the tether.
Jessica is asking how many people are needed to operate an ROV?
So 1 person. The entire kit weighs less than 50 pounds. You can transport it on a normal commercial airliner. And when I say it's operable by a 6-year-old, it is operable by a 6-year-old. Part of the interface of the basic model is an Xbox gaming controller. So if you can operate an Xbox gaming controller, then you can operate this ROV. I have a 70-plus-year-old father. He launches it and pulls it by himself. I have a 13-year-old stepdaughter. She can launch it and recover it herself.
Awesome. Another person, but he's anonymous, is asking, how does the summer projects work with Blue Eye? Like, is there any application process? How did it work with the guys?
Yeah, 100%. Keep your eyes open. Again, a great place to follow us, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Just connect with us somewhere. We're not shy about even LinkedIn. We're not shy about putting out our summer intern projects. There is an application process, and we get a lot of applications. Our company is very forward thinking. Our company is located in in a town that is the heart and soul of Norwegian technology with NTNU. So we have a lot of interested folks that want to come in and take a look at what we're doing and work with us. So yeah, follow us somewhere on social media and you'll see the opportunities to apply for internships.
Another person is asking, James, you mentioned that this product cannot be accessed by Amazon. How easy is to purchase any other tools in terms of repair?
So for us, a repair kit is simply a set of Allen wrenches and some O-ring lubrication. There is no
You
penetration.
offer them, right? Like if there's something in your problem with an ROV, you'll be the person, I mean, you or your company will just offer those. Okay.
100%. Yeah. We do all the after sales service. So to put it in perspective, we have over 1,100 units in more than 55 countries. And when I left yesterday, there were no units in-house being serviced. They're extremely robust, as I showed you earlier in the construction slide. There are no penetrations through the waterproof barrier. So unless you physically crush the entire ROV, it's very, very rugged. You can see the one on the table with Mike right now. All the thrusters are easily self and user replaceable. The external ones about 15 or 20 minutes. The internal ones will take 2 wrenches and about 30 minutes. And that's mostly just removing plastic to get to the actual device. So yeah, unless you really crush it, it's user serviceable.
Tamir is asking, what about hot water? Can the ROV handle hot water?
Yeah, so when we think about hot water, everything is kind of relative, right? So
Okay.
Hot water that's not been heated by some external source, we have them in the Caribbean, we have them in Mauritius, we have them in Singapore. When we talk about warmer environments, we also have blue eyes that operate in cooling tanks for various fluids and various liquids and various applications. I'm not going to give anybody's name or business away, but yes, we have yet to find the upper or lower operating limits for a blue eye.
Okay. We have another question from Kritik. How much weight does the ROV can sustain?
Yeah, so it really depends on how we put buoyancy on that object. So if you take a large object and you make it properly buoyant, that's a different thing than just dead weight. So if we in-house have picked up 6 kilos properly buoyanced. So that's around 12 pounds properly buoyanced. But if you're talking about straight picking up weight off the bottom, we would really have to look at the configuration of each ROV. But a naked ROV with a gripper in the order of 5 pounds or so. But then we think also, if it's a large object, we can clamp on with the gripper and then pull that object back utilizing the tether. So that's a search and rescue method. Also, collecting sensors that are on the bottom. We have some customers that collect various sensors and arrays off of the bottom, and they go down and clip onto it with the gripper and then pull that object back up utilizing the tether.
Another person is asking, how much does an ROV cost? So maybe Michael or James?
It's a great question, and it really depends on what ROV and what accessories. So
Okay.
To give you a base, you can get into a Blue Eye Pioneer in a basic kit for about $7,500 US. The most expensive unit that we have sold is about $150,000 US. So there's a vast range inside of that space. But the thing that is on the table with Michael right now, which is a basic Blue Eye X3 ROV kit with tether, controller, case, ROV, will run about $25,000 USD. And then from that, we add on those accessories. So in earlier slides, I showed a slide of the Oculus 750 multi-beam sonar. That's on the order of $30,000 for that sonar. So very quickly, the array and the sensors can outpace the cost of the ROV. So we think about a Pioneer, about $7,500 for a base kit, a Pro, about $15,000 for a base kit, an X3, about $25,000 for a base kit.
Awesome. Natalie is still saying, I am a student from Maine Maritime Academy, and I would like to know if you have some use cases I can use for my research, I mean, probably in her university. On your Instagram or YouTube, what will be better?
Our YouTube is a great resource. Yeah. And to that person, I didn't catch the name. My email contact is likely attached to this webinar somewhere. Please shoot me an email. Tell me exactly what you're looking for. we would love to share our resources with you. The genesis of our company is making it easy for people to see what's below the surface. We believe that the more info, the better. If you have seen any publicly available footage of the Nord Stream pipeline disaster, all that footage came from our ROVs. We believe in sharing the information and showing what's happening underwater and making it very easy to do that. So I remember you're in Maine, so that'll be in my head. If you email me, we'll get you all the resources that you need.
And I share the Instagram in case she needs it as well, so she can go there, and if something, she obviously can contact you. Okay.
Yep.
All right, I don't see any more questions, but I encourage you guys, if you have more questions. In the meantime, James, what's coming for Blue Eye Robotics? Is there another product besides the product the interns work on it? Are you guys enhancing something, or what's coming next?
Yeah, so we really launched our X3 about 2 years ago. And since then, we've done a lot of physical and mechanical integration of various accessories and various sensors, from the grippers to the sonars and things like that. And we really feel like it's incumbent upon us now to take the time to develop the software that controls those things. So specifically, positioning. It's been a big call from a lot of folks in a lot of different industries to be able to know where they are, because GPS doesn't work underwater. So we have to come up with an approximation in a way to allow someone to locate an asset, locate an area of interest, and then be able to get back to that place, right? If you're a researcher and you're looking at a specific part of a coral reef and you want to know where that one species lives, and he lives in a little 100-meter square, then you really ought to be able to find that square again if you want to go find that creature. And so for us, it's a lot of software integration in the products that we already have existing, and then also really diving in and learning what our adopters and what our users want to be the next step. We've never been a company that builds cool toys or robots and throws them on the world and says, hey, adopt it. We got where we are by listening to our users, our customers, our clients, our partners. We adapt the things that those people want. So if anybody in this group has suggestions for what they'd like to see next, shoot them out to us. There are no bad ideas when it comes to brainstorming. All we can do is say no, right? And most of the time we usually say it's just time and money. So if we find that it's a useful sensor or a useful tool for somebody, we only have to hear that a couple times before it's time for that integration. So to answer your question, we're going to do some software stuff and we're going to do some minor hardware stuff, but there's no plan to launch the next great thing.
Okay, I shared your email just in case somebody wants to be in touch with you, or if somebody have questions that maybe they don't know now, but they might have questions in the future. And obviously, if you have questions about how the product costs and how to get it, well, Michael here, I'm going to share your email as well, Michael, so they can have access to it. And then, yeah, this is an amazing partnership. We also love your time, James, so much for being here and explain to us these. And we are also stay tuned for more webinars that we are doing in terms of other products that you might need in your future, or probably for your research and you don't know how to start. Well, this is exactly the place of, listening to experts and trying to understand different use cases. I just shared your email, Michael. So please, anybody if is interested, just go ahead and email both of them. And I have somebody who raised your hand. John, if you have a question, maybe you can write it on the Q&A if you want. If it was by mistake, don't worry, that always happens, so it's fine. But yeah, so thank you so much for your time, James. Thank you, Michael. And we would love to have more webinars with you in the future, of course. And thank you for sharing that amazing experience with the guys. I think, let me see if I can give you access, John, because I see you're raising your hand, but let me see.
Yeah, if you're here and you have questions, I'm a robot guy, so I'm here to do that.
Yeah, but I don't see, let me see who else. Anyway, if I don't see it anymore, but anyway, if you guys have questions, please shoot an email. And James, thank you so much again. We'll be in touch again for future stuff, and then we're also here to talk about your amazing products. So thank you so much, and thank you everybody for joining today.
Thanks everyone. Thanks, James.
Bye guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye now.